Hello, this is David Carter. Welcome to our second video in this series on Excel-based report writers. Now, at the end of the last video, I said we'd create this report from scratch, so we'll switch straight into a new worksheet. And to save time, I've already created these column headings and boxes at the top of the report. They're straight Excel. Small point, there's a color change here. I've upgraded to Excel 2007, and the light blue I used to get doesn't seem to be available in 2007. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do is put the nominal account numbers into column C. So I'll click on a cell C9. And now I click on Add-ins, and we get this extra menu containing all the additional functions which BBXL supplies. So I'm going to choose Create Data Cell. And on the left here, I get a list of all the cells I've got available to work with. So I want nominal codes, so I click on it. And on the right, I get a list of nominal codes, traditional, well-known Sage numbers. I only want P&L, so I'm just going to choose all the P&L items. And I choose at the bottom row header. And I get a list of them in the rows. Now I want the account name, so same thing. But this time I'm going to choose dependent data cell because the name depends on the code. So select the cell I want to depend on, 4000. And it is nominal code, and at the bottom here I want to choose nominal name. Okay, so we build the cell and copy down. Come on, go. Right, so there's all the descriptions as well. Now, it's the same thing with departments year and month up here, so I click on department, add in create data cell again, and I'm going to get, now from my list of available fields, I'll choose department reference. And there's 7 of them in the Sage Demo Company. Now this time, remember, I want them in a list, so instead of choosing row header, I'm going to choose build list. And if I click on here, there's my list. Right, now I need to build lists in year, month as well, so I'm going to do it offline, then I'll come back. Okay, so we've created our list for department, month and year. Now we'll build ourselves an actual cell. So if I click on E10, and I get the menu, and this time I'm going to select build a value cell. And up comes the cell builder box. This is the one sort of complicated bit here, so I'll take it in 2 stages. So I'll simply go to the value cell and I say I want to print the amount. And in the row cell, I'm going to select nominal account row. I'll close. And we get a figure which I'm just going to format. And I'm going to copy it down. So we have a series of values against each nominal code. Right. I go back into Cell Builder again. Rebuild value cell this time. Now, remember we put amount here, and in the row field box we put nominal code. So what's happened is that this has generated a SQL formula which has gone through all the transactions in Sage, and it's summed the amount values for the particular nominal code in that particular cell. Now we made these other boxes, didn't we? Department, month and year, so I'm going to put them in as well. So I'll take this one, this will be the department cell, and I link it to the department reference. And in the column I think I'm going to put the month, which is the month field. And I'll link that to C month, calendar month, and in the from to box I'm going to put the year. Right, now if I now go into month and choose, say, February, it chooses just the sales 4,000 account for February. I can then go into the department and say choose department 0, and it's just February sales for department 0 for account 4,000. So you see how we're segmenting the data by setting up these formulae. Now, can you see these sales figures are all minus, and that's because they're all credits. Now, managers get upset when they see their report showing minuses, so I'm just going to change this and remove those minuses. And the way I do that, very simple, I'm going to change amount to amount 2. I'm just going to copy it down for all the other sales items, and that's amount 2 is just amount times -1. Okay, now I've just dropped a set of budgets into the budget column, so now we'll calculate the variance. This is straight Excel, so equals E9 minus F9. Just copy it down. Now the variances, we're going to have brackets, aren't we? So I'll right click and format the cell. I think we'll have to have a custom format for that. That one. Now we have to make sure our positive numbers match up with the brackets and all that stuff. So and that looks about properly aligned, doesn't it? And when you get to the expenses, it's a different formula from if it's a sales, so just change that formula. It's F15 minus E15, the other way around. And double click that down. And I've spent a bit of time on these variances because you try doing what we've just done with any other report writer, and it would either be terribly complicated or impossible. And certainly as far as formatting is concerned, Excel is streets ahead of any other report writer. Now we'll finish off the report by putting in the subtotals. Now this is pure Excel. I've switched off calculation while we do this. So, total sales, and we'll put bold around and that sort of stuff. Put it in a box. Make it bold. Make it blue. And then we'll just run auto sum around it. Okay, and then we'll just do the same for purchases. Right, purchases haven't really calculated because we're off manual calculation, so I'll just press the calculate button here, and the purchases numbers should change in a moment. And they do, and we finished our report.